Hezbollah, or what's the other one, Hamas. They have countries that are sympathetic to their cause. That is why Israel is continually fighting the countries that are sympathetic to them, because there are many countries sympathetic. Who are the countries sympathetic to you? Why are you endangering your family? And then you are championing a cause as beautiful as the cause of Biafra. You put yourself there. People are sympathetic to you, but then where is the fund coming from? Where is the fire coming from? Who are your people?
Part of the charges right now is that is using Finland as a base to fund terrorism. I've seen the charge paper, Baba. I probably will bring it up later this evening, so that people can know that this is not an invitation. Like some people want to believe. They only invited him. They will let him go soon. But it's not an invitation.
You see,
this is a case.
How can you allow yourself to be in such? How can you put yourself as a guinea pig in this kind of war? In this global war today? Go and learn from the Arabs. Go and learn from them. You can't champion. It's a beautiful story. You have a beautiful story. They massacred you people. There was a genocide. But you are not telling the story well, because you are allowing people who are not enlightened, who are not exposed, who don't know how to lobby. In America, there's a way you can put yourself together and lobby for your cause, that they will start to mention, even if they don't support you physically or outrightly, they will say what Nigeria did was wrong. But the way you are following it, you want to leave. And the worst part is, why are you not targeting the criminal? Why am I not hearing that? Hey, one aide of Tinubu have been kidnapped. One aide of or this one that's making me annoyed every day.
Wake up one morning and see the video of Uzodijo in a video, yes, begging for his life, because he's begging for his life.
You know, if those ones are not funding part of your campaign, because I can't believe that people like Wike are moving freely anywhere, or people like Uzodijo moving freely.
They have done, and they are happy. They are proud.
It's what they have done. Yes. The only thing is somebody who cannot feed will manage to come outside. You go and buy him because he come out on Monday. If he has enough food in the house, will he come out? He does not know that they might buy him, and he still come out. They are poor people. Yes.
I'll take another one because of our time. All right. Hopefully, we'll continue this later this evening, because I know it's not going anywhere. Even if I come here,
the thing is annoying me, honestly.
You get what I mean? If I come here to talk about other things, people are still going to call in and start talking about this Ekpa issue. It's not going anywhere soon. But thank you for stopping by. All right. I'll take one more. We can call it noon. Here, I think this is Charm. Is that you?
Hello, good
and this must be so serious that you are using your two phones to call at this. How are you, Charm?
Good morning, my girl. Sorry, or afternoon, I think.
You're almost in the afternoon anyway, so we are almost in the evening. Yeah.
Okay. You know this. I don't know where to start from.
Which one to start from? Is it about not selling lands, or is it about the Finland arresting Simon and 4 others for terrorism? Which one do you want to take on?
Okay, so
I'm not gonna Ronuku, Jesuteka, not Pasa.
No, not Pasa, but he can go on and continue crying on different platforms about being betrayed by Tinubu. That's his business. If you have so much
go on.
Okay, so I just want to talk a little bit on this Simon Ekpa, and I don't really have a lot to say, to be honest, but I think I want to bring people's attention to the timing of everything, right? Whether or not people will find it suspicious that all of a sudden you have, Trump being elected as the United States president, and then him naming an ally, or the so-called ally of Biafra.
And the lobbyist that
the so-called person that has worked with Biafra, all of that, we know that as his chief of staff. So that's one. Well, that's one duck, and then you now have a so-called sit at home that took place, and then you had allegedly people being killed, on we don't know on whose orders, right? So that's another duck, and then next thing you have Simon Ekpa being whether it's by invitation or being what's the word now? arrested, I guess,
and is on trial as we speak.
Okay, so he's been arrested and it's on.
Are you there, Charm? Okay. I think it was same thing that happened yesterday when Odogu called. That was when the whole situation was hot. And among the messages I received from Ekpa's supporters was that I cut him off. I disallowed his call. But that won't be me, okay? Because I take my calls randomly. And if the network cuts you off, just remember, it is not on Mayegun, okay? So, Charm, I don't know what happened to that. We've lost that call. And my time is very much up. I only have just about 2 more minutes and I can call it the afternoons because I'm going to go ready for the evening as well. Okay, I think she's back. Charm, my time is so up now that you would have to actually accelerate your point without
Okay,
us.
so
yeah?
I think just real quickly, the point I was trying to make is that we have to let us not forget that who is in power at the moment is Tinubu, the CIA, the current CIA, active CIA agents, assets, who is there in power in Nigeria. You know, I just want to bring people's attention to this. Into the longest wanting to label the struggle for the emancipation of Biafra land as a terrorist group, right? So, you know, whilst we're saying yes, and I agree with you that whether or not it was wise of him to take those videos and place it on there, we really don't know. We can know the specifics of the case, but we don't really know like certain insider details. We saw all of these things on his Twitter page and all of that, but you do know that people can hack into people's Twitter pages.
No, don't go
if they want to.
Please, Charm, please. Okay.
No,
please.
no.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, listen.
Please.
I'm not saying
somebody has taken responsibility for what he's been doing. So don't let us use assumption to create a scenario here. All right.
Okay.
So some people believe that it could be out of, you know, some said it's youthful exuberance. Others said that it wasn't promoting the stuff, right? It was practically just amplifying it. Whatever other, but don't use ACAS now. That is going to be like an extra here. All right.
No, I understand what you're saying, and I know that you're very passionate about if you're going to do something right, you should do it the right way.
Okay.
I don't believe in killing your own people in order to make a point. I think that is counterproductive and only plays into the hands of the people who wanted
to hang you. That's the point.
Exactly. Of the people who want to make you.
Before you continue, right? Do you remember that I came here way back then, right? When this armed struggle started. And I said, please, guys, I know a lot of you wanted to stake your pound of flesh on these murderous uniformed men in the East. But please do not celebrate unknown gunmen because most of them are politically sponsored. If you take responsibility for all their actions, it's going to bounce back. That they are going to actually say, it's you. Some people actually abuse me for that. But you know something?
I think that was
something. There was a time that when some people said, the media said IPOB attacked so and so. Simon went on his platform and said they should not give the glory of his BLA to IPOB. IPOB DOS is dead. They are this, they are that. That he did it. It was the BLA. So when people try to want to change the narrative, I feel a little bit insulted. So I won't say something I didn't say. You get that now?
So listen, I don't think we're having a conversation here, right? And what I'm trying to say is this, and I think we're on the same page largely, is that for me, looking at it, the only beneficiary to the outcome of Simon Ekpa being where he is right now, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being held in prison, is the illegitimate Nigerian government or the CIA-led Nigerian government. They are the only ones. They're the only ones who are the beneficiaries of all of these things. And because when you start to understand the people who are the beneficiary of a thing, right, then you have to start questioning the things that led up to to those things, and that's where I'm at now. I'm not saying that he didn't do what he said he did, or he didn't say what he said, but you have to allow me to think from the point of who benefits at the end of the day from all of this. And the only beneficiaries between all, from Simon Ekpa being where he is right now and potentially being in prison, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being held, and we don't have any. Exactly. So who benefits? And at the end of the day, we know who benefits and who loses. Ultimately, the loss will be on the Biafran side. The gain will always be on the CIA led at the end of the day, right? So these are the things that when we are thinking about it, when we're talking about it, like the other person who called in to tell us that, we're not being smart, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not being smart, or Simon Ekpa wasn't being smart, and all of that, because we need to get lobbyists and we need to know who our allies are and all of that. I say, listen, people have not been doing this work yesterday. They've been doing it a long time. The truth of the matter is that a lot of us don't really understand what it's going to take to actually extricate ourselves from that. Exactly, because now that we know that we have a CIA asset, and I will keep saying it so that people can understand what it means to have a current CIA asset in your office in Aso Rock. It means that you don't have a government. It means that you don't have a country. It means that you're not autonomous. That whatever you're doing is led by another foreign entity. Okay, so unless people understand that, they understand what the problems are. So when these kind of things happen, and again, it's suspicious to me that it happens at the heel of Trump becoming president, him naming a so-called ally into one of his cabinets, and all of these things are happening just prior to him taking out of office. It has to make you wonder, and that's all I want to say here.
I mean, you made a very valid point there, because there's a chance that for the first time, the IPOB, let's put it that way, because the lady worked with the IPOB, even though. Yeah, it was. So for the first time, the IPOB is having a very, presumably now, if she is still on their side, that they are having a very strong ally in the White House. And if they build on that, that could be a very huge plus to the Biafran struggle. So all this clamp down, left, right, and center, they may not totally be coincidence. It may not be coincidence. However, there is also this big elephant in the room. All right. We are living in a world where we have what is called a free speech, no doubt. But somehow we are also not really free. You understand? So we are living in a world where somehow some of them want that contraption to remain what it is. So if all of us can think it through before we act, that's what Prince Adebayo was saying. If we can think it through, it will be ideal, to not play into their hands. It's like somebody they want to roast, and you are now dousing yourself with petrol. So you are making it easier for them. Do you get it now? So, however, we have few more months now to see how this is going to play out. Eventually.
Exactly how it is. But I mean, if there's any message, I don't really, like I said, I don't really have a lot to add to all of this thing, but I'm just trying to get people to pay attention to the timing of some of these things that are happening, and also bear that you are being led by a CIA asset. So don't think for once that they don't know that it is their best interest to keep that contraption the way it is by any means necessary, which is what they're doing right now. The only thing I'm going to say is that Chedebenu MNK, Chedebenu Simon Nnamdi Kanu. Do you understand? You have to go now and go and get Biafra for yourselves. Stop looking for a savior. There are no saviors. You're the only person that can
relocate to Burkina Faso. The moment I decided to go the Shekau way myself, I'll leave the UK. I promise you, because last I won't be what Yoruba call the Tenitika, sleeping with the enemy. All right, we know those who want Nigeria to remain where it is. Many of us decided to take a battle up with Nigeria. We shouldn't stay in a place where those who are milking Nigeria or want it to remain as it is. We shouldn't stay there to start with.
Absolutely, my God, you do great work. I have to do great work, and I appreciate it.
You have no idea that I am now like a punching bag to people who are so angry. I'm not the one people should be angry with. I am just someone who wants people to actually pay attention. And I'm glad that
I can speak for myself. You've done that for me, and I really appreciate you, and I'll always appreciate you. And I wonder for the people who are taking as a punching bag. At the end of the day, and this is what I said in Igbo to my people: we stop looking for saviors. We are not weak people. We don't need saviors. Okay, stop looking for savior. If you want to save it, save yourself. And if saving yourself means fighting for Biafra, go out there and do it. Stop looking at Nnamdi. Stop looking at. He has done his best. And if we tell ourselves the truth, there's a chance that man will not come out. Let us tell ourselves the truth. And so, if you're waiting for him, exactly what will happen if he doesn't? Does the dream of Biafra?
I don't think so.
That's all of it. It doesn't. So let's not be waiting for these people. Let's us even as ourselves. As many as we can, keep talking about ways to actually emancipate ourselves from that contraption. And like you said, ultimately, and which is why I said, I said to you, I wanted to stop watching the show for a while. The only reason why I said that was because after I heard that particular bit about an active CIA agent, I said to my sister, listen, it's remaining for me to wear khaki uniform and come and become a rebel in that country. But I have a 5-year-old. So
no, don't worry. I mean, they are pushing all of us to that edge here, though, right? It's just that a lot of us will need to learn from where others have made mistakes. Do you get what I mean now?
Absolutely.
So that we don't fall into the same trap and don't play into their hands in this manner, okay? Thank you, Cham, for stopping by, all right? You have a good
day. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's a Cham, and that's where we're going to draw the curtains this afternoon. I'm going to see you later this evening. I mean, if you still have a chance of joining me then, please do. And if you have finally made up your mind that, no, I don't like this guy, don't worry. I am the only person that can say the truth to your face, even if it makes you uncomfortable. All right? Eventually, you will come around. All of us, people always do. They always come around. Okay? So thank you. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon or morning or maybe evening. I will see you later.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun Diary political. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹ́gọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún màmí.
Ayé ìṣúra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún màmí.
Ayé ìṣúra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún màmí.
Ayé ìṣúra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òwúrọ̀ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún màmí.
Ayé ìṣúra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣúra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ayé ìṣúra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣúra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣúra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣúra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣúra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣúra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣúra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣúra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣúra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣúra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣúra kì o.